It's like I'm going to lose in my district by doing it. Join the club, brother. Yeah, you tweeted something I thought was fascinating. I think we have that here. This is last year you wrote about Donald Trump. What did it smell like specifically? So if you take like armpits, ketchup, makeup, and a little butt, it's probably like that all mixed up. It's one thing for a sitting president or even a candidate to go on an official visit to honor the fallen who have died for this country. So yes, he probably takes the lion's share of the blame. But look, people like Kevin McCarthy, Donald Trump, was persona non grata in the Republican Party after January 6th for 3 weeks. This is a guy who got a medical exemption through his father's connections, saying that his feet were too bad to serve while he was playing on the basketball team at his school. Remember that kid in school who couldn't take a joke? The one who'd throw a fit if anyone so much as looked at them funny? Well, imagine if that kid grew up to be president. That's right, we're talking about Trump, and boy, is he living up to that reputation. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. We've all dealt with bullies, but Kimmel and Kinzinger are showing us how to handle them like pros. They're proving that sometimes all it takes is a bit of humor and honesty to stand up to even the most powerful figures. So if you've ever wanted to see a real-life example of speaking truth to power, and having a good laugh while doing it, you're in for a treat. All right, folks, it's time to dive into the latest Trump tantrum. Our favorite orange-tinted ex-president has been throwing a fit that would make a toddler blush. What set him off this time? Well, buckle up, because this is one wild ride. First, he started saying, "Hey, this guy, Donald Trump, should not be leading our country or our party. Were you surprised at the vitriol that was directed at you? You know, to us, it kind of felt harmless, but this is a way to build the campaign coffers. So the news organizations, politicians, and then Donald Trump comes along. Are there other Republicans who are not speaking out who feel this way? Oh, there are so many of them. What did it smell like specifically? So if you take like armpits, ketchup, makeup, and a little butt, it's probably like that all mixed up. My party has just gone off the rails, and they no longer defend democracy. That's what my calling is. To defend that. Trump's been tweeting like he's just discovered the internet. It's not just any old tweet storm, though. This one's gone nuclear. His stubby little fingers must be sore from all that angry typing. I mean, seriously, does the man not have anything better to do? Maybe he could try a new hobby, like knitting. At least then he'd have something to show for all that hand movement. But no, instead, he's ranting about windmills again. Maybe he thinks they're stealing his hair. I wouldn't put it past him to accuse a wind turbine of grand theft toupee. By hour 12 of this tweet storm, even his loyal followers were like, "Dude, chill. Have you tried counting sheep instead of electoral votes?" As time went on, Trump's tweets got weirder and weirder. He started accusing Stairs of being part of the deep state. That's right, Stairs. Maybe that's why he had so much trouble with that ramp at West Point. It all makes sense now. Next thing you know, he'll be claiming that elevators are secretly run by Hillary Clinton. They did not run that part of the convention. It's kind of crazy for a channel that says it's fair and balanced. Genuinely surprised how people close to Trump haven't talked about the odor. It's truly something to behold. Wear a mask if you can. It's like I'm going to lose in my district by doing it. Join the club, brother. Yeah, you tweeted something I thought was fascinating. I think we have that here. This is last year. You wrote about Donald Trump. It's like the last vestige of non-partisanship that we have to hold in this country. And we have to hold it in a very kind of religious way almost. People that gave everything, and when you go after the leader of a cult, it's almost like going after somebody's religion. But what could have possibly triggered such an epic meltdown? What words could have penetrated that thick spray tan? Skin of his? Well, hold on to your MAGA hats because the answer might shock you. It turns out all Adam Kinzinger did was tell the truth. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. You see, Kinzinger, a former Republican congressman, had the audacity to speak facts about Trump's behavior during the On January 6th, Kinzinger called out Trump for watching TV while the Capitol was under attack instead of doing his job as president. Kinzinger said Trump sat in the White House, watched it on TV, and refused to do anything. Can you imagine? The country's in chaos, and old Donnie's probably sitting there with a bucket of KFC, flipping between Fox News and reruns of The Apprentice. But wait, there's more. Kinzinger didn't stop there. He went on to say that this was the definition of dereliction of duty. Whoa! Adam, using big words like dereliction might confuse poor Trump. Maybe we should stick to smaller words like bad or no. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Jimmy Kimmel decided to join the party. Our late-night hero couldn't resist taking a few swings at the Donald Piñata. Kimmel joked that Trump needs to think about including some vegetables in his diet, adding, "He is, after all, a dishonest criminal." Now, I don't know about you, but I think Kimmel might be onto something here. Maybe if Trump ate more greens, he'd be less mean. How hard is it to tell the truth? Kinzinger said, "I think you'll see more from Liz Cheney soon." I don't know, and I haven't talked to her about it. I have no idea, but I would expect that, she's just so committed to this stuff. He went on about how Trump made a mockery of people who have been committed to honoring fallen soldiers. Kinzinger said that Trump can't fathom what it means to do something bigger than yourself. This is what's happening to families all around this country. Though, let's be honest, even a truckload of broccoli probably couldn't fix that personality. So folks, remember when your mum told you to eat your veggies? Well, it turns out Trump's been skipping his greens, and boy, does it show. But veggies aren't the only thing Grumpy Trump is allergic to. Apparently, he's also got a severe case of truth-itis, and Adam Kinzinger just gave him a big old dose of reality. Now, you might be wondering who this Kinzinger guy is and why he's got Trump's tidy whities in such a twist. Well, buckle up, buttercup, because this is where it gets good. Adam Kinzinger used to be one of Trump's Republican buddies. The kind that would laugh at his jokes and pretend his hair was real. But then something wild happened. Kinzinger grew a backbone. This guy started speaking out against Trump faster than you can say chief in the GOP. That's like saying you hate puppies and apple pie. Political suicide. Kinzinger said, "People like Kevin McCarthy. Donald Trump was persona non grata in the Republican Party after January 6th. For 3 weeks, Donald Trump had no commitment to truth. Every president in our history has at least had a basic commitment to saying the truth sometime." Kinzinger said, "I'm not courageous, though. I'm surrounded by cowards." But Kinzinger didn't care. He was on a mission to spill all the tea about Trump's time in office. And let me tell you, that tea is piping hot, and probably laced with Diet Coke. Kinzinger has been dropping truth bombs left and right, calling out Trump for watching TV during the Capitol riot, like it was just another episode of The Apprentice. But here's the kicker. Kinzinger's own family sent him a letter saying he joined the Devil's Army for criticizing Trump. Talk about awkward Thanksgivings. Can you imagine passing the turkey to someone who thinks you're in cahoots with Satan? Yikes. But wait, there's more. Kinzinger is not just going after Trump. He's taking on the whole MAGA movement, calling it a cult. I wonder if they have cool robes, maybe red ones with little golden tubes on them. Now here's where it gets really juicy. Kinzinger spilled the beans about Trump's visit to Arlington National Cemetery. You'd think even old Donnie could behave himself in a place like that. Right. Wrong. According to Kinzinger, Trump turned this sacred place into a campaign stop. Classy move. Orange turd. Real classy. Kinzinger didn't mince words, saying, "You cannot politicize fallen American. Soldiers, come hell or high water, that is a red line you can't cross. Don't mention what he said about McCain. Don't mention the suckers and losers comments." It's literally every week he says something. It's one thing for a sitting president, or even a candidate, to go on an official visit to honor the fallen who died for this country. That is news, and has the word news in their title. So, to whom do you assign this idea that Donald Trump's going to save America? So the vitals are crazy. What did shock me a little bit? Ouch! That's got to sting more than the time Trump looked directly at a solar eclipse. But here's the million-dollar question. Why is Kinzinger one of the few Republicans willing to stand up to Trump? Well, according to him, there are so many of them who are scared to talk about it. Scared of what? Angry tweets, bad spray-tan jokes, or maybe they're afraid Trump will make them eat broccoli as punishment. Speaking of hygiene, or lack thereof, Kinzinger didn't stop at criticizing Trump's political moves. Oh no, he went for the jugular. Trump's personal care routine, or should I say lack of routine, Kinzinger quipped. If he can't handle a bar of soap, how's he going to handle foreign policy? Burn. Someone get Trump some aloe vera for that sick burn. Well, folks, while Trump's thumbs were getting a workout on Twitter, Jimmy Kimmel was sharpening his comedic knives. You see, Kimmel's been poking fun at Trump for years, but this time he decided to go all in. And let me tell you, he isn't holding back. Now, we all know Trump's ego is about as fragile as a soap bubble in a sandstorm, so when Kimmel started jabbing at it, you just knew things were going to get wild. But here's the kicker. Kimmel didn't just use words. Oh no, he brought out the big guns. And by big guns, I mean props. Picture this. Kimmel walks out on stage with a giant baby bottle. But this isn't just any baby bottle. It's labelled Trump Tears. I mean, come on, that's comedy gold right there. But wait, there's more. He also had a diaper with the presidential seal. Yep, you heard that right. A presidential diaper. Looks like Kimmel's trying to potty train the commander-in-chief. But the real star of the show, Trump's poor, overworked phone. Kimmel joked that the thing was filing for workers' comp. You imagine Trump's phone asking for hazard pay and therapy sessions. I bet that phone's seen things it can never unsee. It probably needs more therapy than all of Hollywood combined. The audience was loving it. They were laughing so hard. Kimmel might need to start handing out ice packs, for all those aching stomach muscles. It's like a comedy workout class. But instead of doing sit-ups, you're just sitting there watching Kimmel roast Trump. And that's the Trump formula. A little bit of a pungent odor, I'd say. Yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to bottle, eat it up and wear it. Then Kevin McCarthy goes to Mar-a-Lago, and it was like the ambulance pulls up with those little paddles that get your heart started again. And they resurrected him politically, so he bears a lot of blame as well. You cannot politicize fallen American soldiers, come hell or high water. That is a red line you can't cross, and he crossed it happily. And he's defending himself, right? Or at least saying, I want to leave this country stronger than I came in. Look, I think the ground for Donald Trump started before he came on the scene. But here's the thing. Kimmel isn't just making jokes. He's serving up a piping hot plate of political satire. He's taking Trump's digital diarrhea and turning it into comedy gold. It's like he's got the Midas touch, but instead of gold, everything he touches turns into a punchline. And let's be real, folks, sometimes the truth is the best punchline. Kimmel's treating Trump like the overgrown toddler he is, and it's hitting home. It's like watching a masterclass in how to deal with bullies. Step 1, make them look ridiculous. Step 2, laugh at them. Step 3, repeat until they go away or grow up, preferably both. But here's the million-dollar question. How did Kimmel manage to turn Trump's tantrums into such a comedic goldmine? Well, it's simple. He just held up a mirror to Trump's behavior. And let's face it, when you're dealing with someone who acts like a toddler in a suit, sometimes all you need to do is point it out. All right, folks, it's time to talk about the most unlikely buddy cop duo since Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger in Twins. That's right. We're talking about Adam Kinzinger and Jimmy Kimmel. Now, you might be thinking, what's a former Republican congressman doing teaming up with a late-night comedian? Well, let me tell you, it's like peanut butter and jelly. Weird at first, but oh, so good together. These two have found common ground in their favorite pastime, calling out Trump's nonsense. It's like they're playing a game of who can make Donnie Diapers throw the biggest tantrum. And let me tell you, they're both winning.